First, I want to give a round of applause to Alexis because she put everything together. She's working hard, so we just want to thank her for it. Thank you, Alexis.
Okay,
And my poem is
sucking
about
up.
the flaws of relationship and how people view love. Sex is secret, but the sight of another naked makes us ebullient, ecstatic, elated.
Oh my God.
But that's just our thoughts being integrated into one without direction. In life, there's love and there's lust, and one must understand that love is the fruit and lust is the sweet juice that we all crave, and for a long phase of our lives is all we can think about. The law of the love is gone. Yes, love is limited, but God gave us enough to last a lifetime. But that fiend, the bane of our existence, likes to inflict pain in our existence and knows that the only way he can is by substituting the desire for love with the desire for lust. Because only lust can make bestiality, incest, and rape just. Only lust can make a man think of a small child, loosen screws, and bust a nut. Only lust can have us forget about diseases and do as he pleases. And please tell me, the doctor said Bobby had AIDS. He was joking. Because when Bob saw that girl puking because she was doing too much drinking, lust told him to start poking, no, thrusting himself into what seemed like a good time. You see, fueled by lust, our most powerful impetus, we live every day as though there won't be another. You only live once, right? Wrong! In fact, you live 3 times. Once when you first open your eyes, twice when you get baptized, and again when you meet your maker in the end. Now let's talk about Sally and Jim. You see, Sally loved Jim, but lust told Sally that Jim was like a sycamore. Even though he had a variety of components, he had caramel, he was sweet, he had nuts, he was tough. He was just too small. So Sally left Jim and slept with Andy, a Hershey bar who lust said was big enough, even though he had nothing at all. Sometime later, Andy married Sally, and Sally got diabetes. You see, our friend Andy isn't as fine as dandy as we once thought, no. You see, lust told Andy that Sally was his cream pie. Now why should a guy eat cream pie all his life? That's his wife. But at times he wants to take a knife and cut a slice of their daughter, Kate, who lusted with a chocolate cake, young and freshly baked. Now Sally must sit back and watch while Andy had his way with that poor child, his own daughter. And all the while as the child screams, Sally gets her dose of insulin, reminding her that too much lust, too much sugar is bad for you. Now Sally wishes she was with the man she truly loved. Not Jim, but Tim, the apple of her eye. Yes, a beautiful fruit. But the thing about fruits is that you never eat it desiring a sweet high. No, you eat it desiring to be aided with vitamins and nutrients. This truth we can't deny. You never focus on the lust. Instead, you open your eyes to the love, to the supplements it has to offer. And when you bite into your favorite fruit and taste the juice, the sweet juice that it has to offer you, that's when you've truly gotten a taste of heaven. Because not only does it taste good, it's good for you. But the fiend knows this and wants to cause us pain by destroying happy homes and cleverly giving us lies that we aren't beautiful being fruits. No, we must be juice. He screams, get rid of your individuality and conform to the reality that you aren't good enough being you. You must be perfect. He juices us dry, heats us up, adds some sugar and artificial dye. He covers our face with thick, sweet paste and changes our name from apple to Applelicious. Yes, he changes our name because at that point we're no longer genuine or artificial. Now, what must we do to remove the blindfold that lust used to cover our eyes? What must we do to realize that it's impossible to be perfect in this imperfect world? And that trying to be the most perfect guy, the most perfect girl will result in you losing the most important thing that you have. You. Now what must you do to get you back? Pray to God, that's for sure. But you must stop indulging on the sweets and open your eyes and smell the roses. Yes, smell the roses, even though roses aren't fruits. They're naturally beautiful like you. I'm sorry, like you once were. You must wake up and smell the roses. If you can't be with them without having sex, let them go. And let her go too. Wake up and smell the roses. Get in tune with nature. Find your passion and someone who shares and pursue that passion together. That's when you understand who you really are. That's when you understand what loving someone, loving something really means. But until that day, you'll always be.
Hi, everyone. I would like to dedicate this poem to my mommy.
I hope it's a nice
Don't
one.
cry, though. It's okay. You have to help raise these mammies, my grandmother says to me, with the slang of her southern tongue and a tone laced with elderly wit and wisdom. She flips her strands of silver hair and lightly chuckles. She has 6 children and knows the struggle of being a young mother with a baby stuck to her hip. 6 children and 4 of them daughters. The most beautiful challenge God could ever give. My mother had my sister at 17 and me at 29, and we've been contributing to her back pains and migraines ever since. She inherited all of my grandmother's habits when it came to motherhood. Using hands better than words, threats always full of sincerity, with a tone that can make the hairs on the back of a child's neck stand, the bulging of the eyes, the wrong approach to important conversations. She mastered the ability to give silence in situations that deserve words. However, with me, she gave a quite different approach. At 14, she noticed my late night phone calls and talking in secluded locations of the house, my coming home late with no explanation as to why. She didn't question me or lecture me. Instead, she said with eyes filled with wisdom, "You know, I was your age once too." And from then on, I knew she was no fool. At 15, my heart raced as my feet got closer to the door. I prayed I made it home before the moon. She awaited the front door with silence, like quiet before the storm, and I knew if I said the wrong thing, all hell might break loose. There were many moments where I rebelled against her intuition and wisdom with defiance, and questioned her reason behind decisions she made for me rather than with me, and I was quickly reminded of my place in our relationship with phrases like, "I am the mother, you are the child."
Right.
She only wanted what was best for me.
That's right.
See, now I realize that motherhood is a canvas, and mothers hold the brush and paint their children with delicate strokes, but even the best artists make mistakes sometimes.
That's right.
They learn to embrace them better. I would like to take the time to apologize for every time it took the yoking of my collared shirt, the bulging of the eyes, the yelling till the veins popped out of your neck, the empty threats to get through to my hard head and soft behind. I'm sorry for every time I talked back, sucked my teeth with your threats, insulted your intelligence, tested your patience, because I know that raising me is a job. But don't give up. Because when you're losing faith in us, remember, I accept your flaws. Because I know that it's hard being a mother, but it'll all be worth it in the end.
That's right.
Because one day, my daughter will come to you, and you will say the same thing your mother said to me. You have to help raise these nannies.
The void. No good morning text. No good night, baby, I love you. And I'm perfectly fine. See, I've been having my eyes on the prize lately. You would think my middle name was Ambition. A young lady with a good head on her shoulders and a bright future is what they might say about me, as if I have it all together. But there is a vicious monster behind this pretty smile. A monster who will snatch anything in its path. It will disguise itself as friendship. Don't get too close to me. That's when it likes to attack. This monster, where red-eyed werewolves ring around the rosy. Ashes, ashes, but on the inside, I'm the only one who's falling down. And I'm talking about none other than the void. See, Fatherless daughter I am, so side effects may include emptiness and desperation. A common symptom is a development of an internal beast, one that you might not be able to get rid of. The void is mean, but it is my perfect enemy, and I realize that we're at war. See, I could look at him and I could say, look, see, I would, but there's a waiting list to waste my time, so I'll get back to you. But the void will say, no, wait, no, you're just my type. This feels so right. Baby, play your cards and I will fall in love with you tonight. So busy I keep the days because the void has custody over the night, and unfortunately that's when my mind tends to go vulnerable. Like I said, the void is mean and it is not to be played with. I am waiting for someone to slay this dragon. Anyone come slay this dragon, because I am in a nightmare of a castle. But the problem is the void has me looking for my knight in shining armor in all the wrong kingdoms. I realized I figured out my type, y'all. I like them tall, dark, and broken. Because it's easier to focus on fixing you. Because I need you to need me the way that I need you, so that I'll actually feel necessary. Because it's easier for me to squeeze into the places where you're not whole. In other words, I've learned how to find a way to a man's heart through his insecurities. I love hard, y'all. I love hard, and I am not ashamed of it, even if it comes out the wrong way. But that neediness, that inability to let go, those uncalled for expectations, that tendency to run back, I promise you, that is not me, that is the void. I know that we are identical and inseparable, and we're reaching for you at the same time, but I need you to at least try to tell us apart. I have only begun to understand it, so Lord knows how long it's going to take me to defeat it. All I know is I am full of progression. I am full of potential. I am full of peace and love, blessings and opportunities, but my biggest flaw of them all is that the void is still starving.